Hey everybody, thanks for joining me this evening. My name is Paula. Welcome to my channel, the Uplift Network, and thank you so much for joining. I want to give a huge shout out to those of you who have sent in your positive stories. We're going to get started tonight on a few that I picked to share with the world. So if you're new to the space, my name is Paula. I'm a light worker who intentionally brings love, light, healing, and positivity to others on the planet to help heal us and bring us into a place of positivity. You will notice as a collective, if we begin to focus on positive things and the positivity and the light in the world, we will have more of that in the world versus the way our media promotes stories of shock and awe around things that are not positive, things that are scary, things that are negative, things that don't have any positive feeling. They don't leave us feeling good about the world. And so it was my intention. I was listening to that soft voice inside one day that said, go start a YouTube channel and start sharing the positive light that's in the world and let my people know that I'm here. That's a message from Jesus, that there's still light in the world. And every day, in every moment, there are heroes and moments that we need to sit back and reflect upon and celebrate because positivity is all around us. And we've lost sight of looking for it and celebrating it and thanking God for those moments. Those are miracles in our lives. So I hope this morning you made a choice. I sent a video earlier this morning on, your miracle morning. I hope today you made a choice to choose positivity, to choose love, to choose gratitude, and that your day was fantastic. And even if it wasn't, tomorrow's another day. But tonight, let's get right into it. I have some notes here that I'm going to be reading from because it's just hard to remember all these stories, but super cool. And thank you again to those of you who sent them in. I thought that was so special. So thank you. The community's going to build fast. Let's see. So our first story is out of Montana. There is a group called the Montana Bar Fairies, and they have gone viral for leaving a $5 gift card on a car left overnight at a bar, thanking people for choosing safety and not driving drunk. So the story started with a heartbreaking loss, right? Sometimes the best things come out of the worst situations, but the original family who started this, it was after their 21-year-old son, Bobby Dubray, was killed by a drunk driver. And I believe he was celebrating his birthday and crossing the street at the time that it happened. So super sad. And the mom and sister, just in their grief, were trying to find a way to keep his story alive, to keep his memory alive. And what they realized was that there were lots of people who actually choose a different alternative than to drive drunk. They leave their car in the bar parking lot and they take an Uber. And so they decided to reward that behavior by leaving this $5 gift card for coffee. That's the specific what it is. It's a $5 gift card for coffee. And with it, though, they leave a small um, pamphlet, if you will, or poster of a story of someone who has lost their life to a DUI driver. Super, super cool, right? Exactly what we're trying to do here, right? They're establishing something positive out of something that was tragic. And at the same time, they're bringing this small act of kindness, right? Bringing people together. People have been loving this, and now there's volunteers and social media promoting it, and it's moved to several other states. So they've inspired volunteers. They've got cross country rewarding responsible, decisions. They're advocating for stronger DUI laws, and most importantly, they're honoring other lives lost, not just their own son. So a powerful reminder that even in grief, kindness can rise and ripple onward. I think that was a super cool, beautiful story. So thank you for sharing that with us. Next up is adorable. I just love this. It's like making me want to go there and see this for myself. So there is a story about a community, and it's community gathering, but the way it is spelled out is COMMUNI-TEA. So community gathering in New York. Super cool. So for 13 years, a woman named Liz Gannon Graydon carries a small suitcase filled with china teacups, homemade treats, and a thermos of hot tea into Bryant Park. Can you believe that? And then she sets up a tiny table, arranges the cups, and places a handwritten sign that simply says community, free tea and conversation. So then she just sits there and she waits. How stinking cool is this? Like, I want everyone to just like go out and try this, right? So she sits and waits, and people from every walk of life come, right? Tourists, think about it, New York City. Tourists, office workers, unhoused neighbors, retirees, students, they stop by. Some stop for 5 minutes, others stop for hours just for the company. She listens, she laughs, she comforts them, she connects with them, she knows names, she remembers their stories, their faces, and she's hosted thousands of people over the years. I just think that is so amazing. It's such an uplifting story. So she noticed how lonely people seemed to be in the city. That's what she said. And she wanted to create a space where strangers could be seen, valued, and welcomed without needing to buy something or prove anything. I think that is so amazing. It builds community in one of the busiest cities in the world, so God bless you. It offers connection to people who feel isolated, and it's a reminder that kindness doesn't even need a big budget. Sometimes it's just intention. I thought that was the coolest story. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. I don't want to keep you too long. And this one's super cool too. This is another one that could kind of ripple effect across so many places here in the US. I would love to get some stories internationally as well. So there's a link at the bottom of the video, or there should be, or you could send me your story to upliftwithPaula@gmail.com, and I'm happy to read through them and share with you. So please feel free to do that. This one is in Detroit, where neighbors have rebuilt abandoned lots into gardens. Another super cool thing. Listen to this one. The residents transformed vacant lots into thriving community gardens, providing fresh produce and safe gathering spaces and a sense of pride in a neighborhood that was long overlooked. So they've done it in more than one place. So vacant lots are common and in Detroit. And so a group of neighbors decided to turn the neglect into nourishment. I love that. And began cleaning up the trash, pulling up the weeds, and then planting seeds in these abandoned places. So what started out as a small cleanup effort grew into a huge community garden network, where now they've built vegetable beds, fruit trees, pollinator gardens, rainwater collection systems, outdoor classrooms for kids, and a free produce stand. Super cool. A free produce stand. By taking land that was abandoned and turning it into something productive and beautiful and giving back to the community and bringing a sense of community back into caring about our community is like, what more could you ask for? So families now gather to garden together. Children are learning how to grow their own food. Seniors come and sit in the shade and talk, and volunteers deliver fresh vegetables to neighbors who can't leave their homes. I think that is so special. Look at all of the people they're touching. And I can just imagine the elderly that come to sit in the shade, maybe have some conversations with those children who are learning and growing the produce. There is so much value in learning from our elders. That's another thing I think we've forgotten about. But listen to that. They've provided free, fresh produce in areas with limited grocery access. They have beautified the neighborhood. They're reducing crime by activating abandoned spaces, and they're just building pride and connection among their residents. I think that is so super cool and so important. So thank you for sharing that as well. One thing I want to share with you personally is, if you have an opportunity in your area, and you know what, there's so many of them, and maybe I'll start posting some of them, but there's so many opportunities to volunteer. And I know when people go, oh, you need to go volunteer, the first thing we all think about is, I don't really have time. Like, I work, I have a family, whatever. Me too, right? But there is even like Zoom things you can do on Zoom. There are networks like Make-A-Wish Foundation that have community, like they'll go through different businesses and offer community volunteering where, for example, I played Disney trivia last week for Make-A-Wish Foundation. And then because we sponsored it at our company, they then, donate money, the company, back to Make-A-Wish Foundation, and it's your way to give back, right? Another week, I joined a Zoom call from another agency that leads Zoom calls that played bingo with the elderly. That was a hoot and a half. Like, I have never laughed so hard and had so much fun playing bingo with the elderly on Zoom. And you know something? It's not about the money you raise or money being involved. Wouldn't even matter. It's just the sense of being there for each other. And as you get older, you lose your sense of being part of the community. Sometimes you slow down, you're not as mobile as you used to be. Maybe you don't have a lot of family around, and so it gives those people a sense of purpose to think, oh, people care about me and they're going to come and help me set up this laptop or whatever to go play bingo. I think that's the coolest thing. Maybe in the future we could do something like that on this channel and have like some kind of weekly thing that we do. I would love your ideas. That's what this is all about. So anyway, thank you again for joining. Again, send your stories to upliftwithPaula@gmail.com, and I will bring them each day. I'm going to try to do videos at least 3 times a week, but if I can fit them in even more than that, happy to do so. And I would love to get into doing live streams with all of you. Anyways, let me know your comments below. Share your stories, and please, if you got anything out of this, like and subscribe. It gives the algorithm a chance to push us to the top so that other people start seeing us and can join our community. So thank you again for watching, and have a wonderful evening. God bless.